This is where Rosla Brantley's body was found, just off the boat ramp here in Hawthorne Park in Pontiac. The gruesome discovery was made about 6 in the morning, August 29th of 1994. Her body was beaten and stabbed, rolled in a curtain. Police had a mystery on their hands. Police say Rosla Brantley didn't have enemies. She was 23 years old, liked to go out with her friends. She was also a mom of a toddler.
I was robbed of the chance of getting to know my mom.
Dominic was only 3 years old when his mom was murdered.
When I was in elementary, I always cried because I didn't have my mom. And I would always be upset because I couldn't believe she was gone, so I was in a lot of pain.
What happened to his mother has been a mystery for over 2 decades. It's been a case haunting deputies Lou Ebley and Bill Peterson, retired police officers who volunteer their time at the Oakland County Sheriff's Cold Case Unit.
Current investigators are so busy with current cases that they don't have time to be looking at cases 20, 30, 40 years old.
That's where Peterson and Ebley come into play, spending countless months and years searching for killers who've gotten away.
It gives me a great deal of satisfaction when we can solve a case, take somebody off the street who sorely needs to be off the street.
This murder mystery starts in Pontiac, where Brantley lived. It was a Saturday night in 1994.
She liked to enjoy her life.
And the young mother had gone out with friends to a bar.
Some shots were fired outside the club, and she got split from her friends, and they were all looking for each other and trying to get in contact. Those were not the days of cell phones being common. They had pagers, hooked up with some other people she knew, and got a ride. They stopped at a payphone at a place, outside a place called Terry Tires.
This stop on North Perry Street will prove very important later in the case. The 23-year-old then went to stay with a friend at 800 Scottwood, walking distance from Terry's Tires. Then, in the middle of the night, her pager went off.
It was raining, it's 4:30 in the morning. He told her, it'll wait till morning. She said, no, I gotta answer this. So she left.
Brantley left the home on Scottwood, walking back to that payphone outside of Terry's Tires. Who paged her? We still don't know. No one knows if she ever made it to the phone or what happened. She was never seen alive again. The next morning at Hawthorne Park in Pontiac in the early morning hours, just a few feet away from the boat ramp, a passerby noticed Brantley's body wrapped up in a curtain, discarded like trash.
She had 2 serious stab wounds, fatal stab wounds, one's to the neck, one to the chest. But she had multiple smaller stabs. She had been beaten. She had been beaten on her face, her neck, her chest, her arms, abdomen, back, extremities.
Dominic was too young to understand. The pain, though, lived with him every day.
My first day out on my own, my first day getting my first car, everything, first day, new job, everything first. I wanted her to be there.
Who would want his mother dead? All leads led to nowhere. More than 20 years passed. Then, a jailhouse snitch.
Whose reliability was questionable at best, which is common.
But detectives had to check it out.
We collected evidence. We went through the evidence on all those cases, including Rosalie Brantley, and there was evidence to be compared. Our guys submitted that to the state police lab for DNA comparison. The lab came back and said, well, it's not the guy you suspected on this, but you might want to check out this fellow. Oh, really? Okay, good.
The name suggested Brandon Gohagen.
And it turned out he was imprisoned on another murder from 1995.
What was your reaction when you got that DNA match?
Wow.
Deputies met with Gohagen, who denied knowing Brantley.
He doesn't have a reasonable explanation for his DNA to be where it was. And he certainly didn't, because he denied knowing her, denied ever having sex with her.
The case went to trial, and Gohagen was found guilty of sexually assaulting and murdering Brantley. He got a life sentence.
I dreamed of something like this happening, but I never thought it would.
Finally, answers to what happened to his mother, but Dominic will never understand why.
So seeing this picture helps me know that she still lives within me. I'm glad justice was finally served.
The Oakland County Sheriff does something pretty unique. The Cold Case Squad is made up of 8 volunteer former police officers who dedicate their time and expertise to solving cold cases like this one. I'm Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.